Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Tiny Lego Guns channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this mini model Scar 17 Lego gun. Before I continue with the video, I must tell you that I have a new phone, an upgraded phone, which means I have an upgraded camera and a ton of unused storage. So it's fantastic for recording videos. I can actually record in slow motion, 240 FPS to be precise, at 720p. So it's not a bad camera for slow motion. This doesn't shoot at an extremely high velocity, and you can see that when my hand moves it's a lot smoother, because I am also recording in 60 frames per second. Now this is going to take up a lot of storage, but I have a ton to use. So anyways, I also have a better camera mount, and you can see that I can pan up and down. But moving on to the video, this gun is designed mainly for looks, not particularly for function. However, it still incorporates refined mechanisms, starting off with the firing pin. This firing pin is made from a single piece, which means it's very durable. It's made out of a flick-fire missile, and you can see it has a reduced diameter right here, and that's the part that pushes the projectile out. And it's spaced with this peg with the stud on the end, and that prevents it from contacting the corrugations within the barrel, because this is a segmented barrel, and if you were to look down it, it would not be completely smooth. You can see sort of ridges on the inside of that barrel. So this is not contacting it and slowing it down, so it's reducing receiver separation, and it's also just more efficient. And it's pretty lightweight as well. It also provides you a shoulder to grab onto without having to insert a cocking rod, so you can just cock the firing pin with your fingernail right here, so it's a whole lot faster to operate. And that gives it versatility. It's efficient for its lightweight and low friction, and it's also quick to use. So this is quite a versatile gun, much like the real Scar 17. And the stock, which is the feature that I hate the most, it's very wobbly, just like the real Scar 17. Anyways, this trigger, it is a reduced diameter right here where the rubber band hooks around. It's a very simple way that the rubber band is strung up. It's literally just placed like this. So it's very quick and easy to place in the rubber band, and it puts little strain on it, which means it's going to last a very long amount of time. It doesn't squish the rubber band into the front, or the rear rather, of the mag well and also the front of the pistol grip, so it's reducing the stacking of it, and it's more reliable, the catch. So that catching it is much more reliable. And you can see that this trigger is not catching it properly. That's because it has a fine-tuned piece right here, and that is a little cut down axle. This allows you to create a distance between your firing pin block and your sear. You can probably see it. And I realized that I wasted a minute of video storage because the magwell was pushed forward, so the trigger was not catching reliably. But anyways, you can see that it's catching on right there. And this axle, since it's smooth, you can push it in and it will create a distance between the sear and the block. So it protrudes very slightly. You can probably see it. It's very hard to tell, but you can see there's a little gap right there that's created by this axle, and that means your trigger travel is really short, and that will reduce your gun moving if you hold it properly, which I did not. You can see it rattled a whole lot because I wasn't holding it, but that makes the trigger really fine, and it further increases the accuracy potential of this gun. It also has custom micarta iron sights, you can see. That comes up to a nice fine point in the front. And this is modeled after the actual Scar iron sights, except the rear here looks pretty crappy, but it's a functional gun. So let's get some slow motion footage of this thing firing. So here is the slow motion footage. You can see that it's recording so fast that it's actually capturing the flickering of the light. Slow motion requires a lot of light in order to record properly because the exposure time is very minimal. And this is actual audio that you're hearing from the footage. Alright, we are here at the door range and we're at the 2-foot mark. That's where I'm going to be shooting from. And my painting skills are obviously terrible because of how shaky this is. But anyways, up there are our 2 targets. You can see there's no gong, and it's not because I don't like the gong. It's because I actually broke the stand for it while shooting at a target that was hung on it with an airsoft gun. What a wise choice. And I'm going to be removing the cut-down axle that allows you to adjust the trigger. I just want it to be more reliable so I can shoot this a lot more often. Because the durability of this gun is not all that great. Anyways, I'm going to be using 2 types of ammunition. One is the standard axle, that's the red axle, 2 studs long. And you can see there's little grooves cut into it. And I'm also going to be using the heavier ammunition, which is the 3 stud long light gray axle. And the heavier ammunition is more optimized because it carries more energy. I'm also going to move back after a couple shots to the 3-foot mark, which is beyond the scope of the camera, or view of it rather. And let's see how well this gun performs. Just missed it. So these sights are a bit off, and this stock is really bothering me. The ammunition just flew right back into my hand, so... Okay, I damaged the arms. So yeah, these sights are off, and I'm going to use the adjustable comb height and compact it down all the way, because I absolutely hate it. The stock is the absolute worst. Just like on the real thing. Just kidding. Anyways, let's see if I can hit this. Okay, so the accuracy is obviously not that great. It's probably because of the front sight. Alright. I actually knocked it down, shooting quite low on it. So that's actually quite surprising how much energy this carries. I can knock it down from this range, shooting around the gut area, which is very evident of how energy efficient this gun is. Wow, I'm quite impressed. Oh, wow. Knocked down the other target. I was gonna see if I could knock them down with this, because I was skeptical of how much energy this carries, but even though the sights are off, performs very well. So let's move this back a bit more and reset the targets. As I get to fire this gun more, I find that the detrimental factors of this gun are purely for aesthetic reasons. And that is the front iron sight, which is totally off, and the adjustable stock, or the comb height that is adjustable, because that is getting in the way of the firing pin. So the stock and the front sight is what's making this gun terrible. But they make it look, I guess, good. Anyways, we're at the 4-foot mark, so this is right at the end of mid-range, or what I classify as mid-range. I've apparently lost track of some ammunition, so we got less ammo to knock down these targets, and plus the sights are off. Fantastic. Alright, let's see if we can knock down this target. Right over the head. Alright. So I know where my sights are, but if I were to try to quickly engage a target and point my sights directly at him, that's not good. Oh, did you see that? Right over the head. Alright, well, I know my windage. Probably knocked the camera. That shot was weird. It was very weird. It hit the measuring tape. Not sure what that was all about. And that shot was off. So, the consistency of this gun is very questionable. Alright, it hit it in its legs, but it did not move it very much, anyways. And that also missed. So the accuracy of this gun is not very good, even though it has a good trigger. And that hit. I can see there's slight damage on the arms, but it hit low, so it didn't knock it over. Let's aim at the other target. Maybe I'll get lucky. Haha, there we go. Knocked it over. Let's see. Got 2 more rounds. Oh, it smacked it. But it didn't knock over. Last round, here we go. Oh yes, did it. Well, that was the Scar 17. Hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.